Welcome, Matteo, and welcome, Anil. And happy Bitcoin.
Hey guys, great to be here.
And then Luke is just saying he's got to go. Thanks a lot, Luke, and sorry for the technical trouble. Please send a picture though of you in the Bitcoin glasses, and we'll put it up on the screen here. Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah.
Okay, Matteo, Anil, hello. Thank you for joining us,
gentlemen.
Good to be here, guys.
Yeah.
Yes,
Anil,
thank you.
You have a book out. Is there anything about Infinity Day it's sort of like a children's book because it's mostly pictures, even though it's a great children's book, like the best one. It's for adult children, you could say. And it's one of my, your little illustrations depicting how Bitcoin works is one of my favorite things in the Bitcoin space. And I know there's something about Bitcoin's infinite potential in one of the drawings with these crossing supply and demand curves. What's your view on this, and what's your view on Bitcoin's infinite potential?
I mean, yeah, we're all contributing to educating the public around the similar message of that your fiat's going to zero in a long enough time frame in terms of purchasing power. So here's an alternative. You might want to check it out. So yeah, I'm just one of many on the good fight.
So is Bitcoin only going to infinity because fiat is actually going to zero? Is that all there is to it?
Well, I mean, you look at any dominant digital network, and as we've moved from analog to digital, the pie grows. Friction decreases. There are new opportunities that open up. Infinity in today's terms will grow over time, as crazy as that sounds.
Yeah, that's a great answer. We have two guests from the Orangepill app, and that's Matteo and Brian. Welcome back to the show, guys. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Great to be here, Knut.
And we've heard that you work for a dating app. Can you explain the concept of the dating app? Maybe Brian is the guy to ask for that because no one understands what I'm stuff anyway.
Dang.
Sorry,
fired. Oh my goodness.
That was too mean of me. I shouldn't do that. Yes, can you give us
I'll just be silent. I'm gonna move my mouth and you guys can talk.
No, it's just because of your good looks. I'm envious of your good looks, Matteo. That's why.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Brian, can you tell us about the Orangepill app?
Yeah, well, Matteo and I actually met through the Orangepill app. It is kind of whatever you call it, a dating app, whatever you want. It's the tool if you want to meet other Bitcoiners in real life. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. I think people, they say, oh, is it social media? Is it the next TikTok? No, it's none of that. It's literally just to facilitate in real life connections. It's so part of the Bitcoin ethos. We've all been to Bitcoin conferences or meetups or those types of things. Bitcoiners that have done those things, that have met other Bitcoiners in real life, they've recognized that there's something magic that happens when you connect with other people. These live streams, these are cool. This is all part of the equation. But the Bitcoin social layer, in order to make it fully robust, online connections are part of it. But if we don't have in real life connections, we're missing a piece of the puzzle. If we want this parallel economy, this circular economy to happen, it's going to happen online, but it's also going to happen offline and in person. So that's what we're building here, is the physical infrastructure of the rest of what's happening in Bitcoin.
Let me just jump here real quick, Brian. You'll like this. Is that me and Samuel? We didn't actually meet through Orangepill app. I have to be honest, but we really did connect through an Orangepill app meetup. We set up an Orangepill app meetup in Tampere, Finland, the sauna capital of the world, which you'll love, Brian. You have to come and have a real Finnish sauna. Okay. And so we ended up driving back to Helsinki together, and Samuel has a great, I don't know. I don't really want to draw attention to that. Samuel is a young guy and is all in on Bitcoin and has a Bitcoin company even. And we connected through Orange Pill app, and so I just want to highlight that. And quickly, Samuel, can you give a little bit about what you're doing through all this?
Sure. So basically, we're developing a next generation hardware wallet. We believe that sort of the way you secure keys is kind of the most important thing in Bitcoin, and also the way you spend Bitcoin and the future of that is very important. And currently, we're selling a seed phrase storage. I can actually pull one up here. It's called Yokis. It's like 3 stainless steel plates and an electric engraver that sort of works very much like writing on paper, right? So you just write ahead, and maybe I'll see you guys in Riga. I'll be there with Luke and Knut, and maybe I'll get to show you the prototype of the hardware wallets and also the seed storage.
Thanks a lot, Samuel. And so we connected properly through Orange Pill app. Just wanted to highlight that, you guys.
That's great. And Matteo, well, sorry about that comment. I instantly regretted it.
Honestly, I didn't even catch all of it, but that's okay. I watched the recording later.
But we had a couple of very interesting conversations about Nostr lately, and about the economic model of Nostr, and how we are not 100% Nostr pilled yet. And why is that? Can you give us the TLDR of the thesis on why the economic model of Nostr doesn't really make sense, or at least could be allowed to be questioned?
Yeah, let's get more in trouble with Nostr people. I love that.
It's fired already. Like, let's go. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. I mean, it's I think it's I guess a criticism of a model that a lot of Bitcoiners love, and that maybe that's going to help them build a better model, right? So let's start with saying that I think there should be a social media protocol that is completely uncensorable, and anybody can run it. I think that's, as an idea, it's great. The way Nostr work, as far as I can tell, is kind of backwards of everything that Bitcoin, everything that Bitcoin is all about, like censorship resistance. You can see as a service that somebody is providing to you, which in the case of Bitcoin is the miners, and as economic actor, everybody is looking for their own interest and have the incentive model. So you pay the fee to the network, and then the network provides you the service, which is transmitting value to A to B in an adversarial environment. And Nostr is literally the opposite of that, because the person receiving the censorship resistant service is the one that it's not paying for the service. So the relays and the clients have to bear the cost of providing censorship resistant, while the users are not paying. And so the economic model is completely like upside down. And so that's why I predicted a long time ago that, the relays are not going to be, they're going to get centralized. You're going to see the replication of all the mainstream problems of social media. And I think this is already happening. But, the bottom line is, like, without an embedded economic model in the protocol, like Bitcoin has, where you have to pay to interact with the network, you cannot have censorship resistance, because there is no economic incentive for the people providing the resistance to give you that service. And so, that's, that was always me, my like, how does this work if the relays have to pay for your censorship resistance when it should be the other way around?
Yeah, so I'm finding it hard to wrap myself around this as well. And I'm not that well read up on Nostr. I should do my homework more. But to me, it seems like the flip side of not your keys, not your coins is sort of like not your coins, not your information. So if it's not a Bitcoin key, it's not your information. You're just giving it away to someone else. And if you're not paying, it's like the saying goes, if it's free, you're the product. So that's also why it chose to have a monthly fee for Orange Bill app?
Well, there's a lot of reason, there's a lot of reason why we choose the paywall. Definitely one is because, as in my view, to be a Bitcoin company, you cannot monetize user data and start to advertise. It's completely anti-Bitcoin. In my view, Bitcoin is like, I provide you value. If you think that's value, then you have to pay me. That's simple as that, like value for value. So that's one of the reasons why, okay, what business model can work with Orange Bill, right? It's many business models you can go down the list. And I was like, there is only one that could possibly work, which is you pay to join the network. Again, kind of like Bitcoin, right? Because I've been talking with a lot of Bitcoiners lately, like even like people that their job is to talk about Bitcoin. And I asked that question is Bitcoin free or is Bitcoin paywall? And everybody starts saying, oh yeah, Bitcoin is free. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? It's not free. It's probably the most expensive technology to use ever. You have to buy tokens, which is definitely not free. Either you pay with fiat or you pay with energy. And then you have to pay the miners to use the network, which is definitely not free. In fact, the reason why Bitcoin works is because it's not free. If it was free, like the airdrops and the proof of stake, then we know what's going to happen. So yeah, the paywall for me was like very Bitcoin aligned. Also, running a social network, it's probably one of the business that you have little control on quality of the product, because the product is not like, if you write a book, you have full control on what you write. Or if you make a t-shirt, or if you build anything, you have or an hardware wallet, right? Running a social network, you have little control. Like, you don't know the people that are going to join, if they're going to be nice to each other, and if they're going to be friendly. Okay, so one way to achieve kind of like quality control is to filter out the noise. And to filter out the noise, you kind of have to make them pay. And so that's one of the reasons why we choose the paywall. And then also has an alignment in incentives. People join the network, and then they want the network to be successful because they already pay for it, and then they leave 5-star reviews. Yeah, the paywall, it's keep the scammers away, keep the spammers away. But yeah, it's very big. For me, it was like, okay, what is the Bitcoin business model that can possibly work? And the only thing I could think of is like, you pay and you get in, you don't pay, you don't get in. Like, simple as that.
Well, one of the things I'll add to that too. So Knut, I mean, there's lots of guys like you, these, artists or authors or people that are prominent Bitcoin figures. Some of the value that they get out of this is the fact that they get messaged all the time on Twitter, but they don't like, how do you go through your Twitter DMs and filter that out? When you're an Orange Bill app, you understand the people you're connecting with are actual Bitcoiners. It's your core demographic, right? And so that's one of the biggest pitches to either the user side of it or, somebody that's more prominent coming into it. So it's a two-sided equation that benefits both people.
Yeah, and especially on this day, my DMs and notifications is just weird. But I view it as, aligned with the Bitcoin ethos for the simple reason that it's quality over quantity. So you get the quality network instead of the quantity network. And that's worth a lot. It's maybe you want a bit of both, and there's nothing stopping you from using both X and Orange Bill app and Noster. I mean, quality over quantity.
Here, I'll just chime in here, because not only do we have a great new guest, welcome Jeff Booth, but I'll just quickly check in with our guests who are already here. Samuel, I know you got to run here, so thanks for coming on, Samuel, and we'll be seeing you shortly in your own episode on the show in a couple of weeks. So thanks.
Sure, guys. Thanks. It was a pleasure. Hope to see you all in Riga.
Yeah,
Looking forward to it, Samuel.
Thanks,
Bye.
Samuel.